Hello friends, let us revise few questions which are important for board's exam class 12 chemistry. We are going to see for the topic biomolecules. In biomolecules, we will focus upon the carbohydrates. The first question we are going to deal with is what is the general formula of carbohydrate? So the first question is asking us what is the general formula of the carbohydrate? So the answer to this question is CxH2O whole Y. Due to this formula, carbohydrates are also known as hydrates of carbon. Now let's come to the second question. What are carbohydrates? Suppose we are asked to define what are carbohydrates. The answer to this question will be the carbohydrates may be defined as optically active polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketones or the compounds which produces such units on hydrolysis. So, according to the definition given in the NCERT book, carbohydrates are optically active compound. Optically active compound means those compounds which rotate the plane polarized light either in the right direction or in the left direction. They are polyhydroxy. This means it contains multiple OH groups attached to it and it has either aldehyde functional group or ketone functional group. And if we will put the carbohydrate molecules under hydrolysis, it will break down to produce simpler, smaller monosaccharides. The next question is what are the various types of carbohydrates on the basis of hydrolysis? What are the various types on the basis of hydrolysis? We are having the same question written two times. The answer is we have three types of carbohydrates, or the carbohydrates on the basis of hydrolysis are classified into three types. The first type is the monosaccharide, those carbohydrates which upon hydrolysis do not break down or produce single monosaccharide units, those are known as monosaccharides. For example, glucose, fructose, ribose, etc. Next type is oligosaccharides, those carbohydrates which yields 2 to 10 monosaccharides unit are called oligosaccharides. In it, if the if the glucose molecule, or we can say if any carbohydrate which produces 2 units, it is known as disaccharide. If it will produce 3 units, trisaccharide. In the same way it will go on increasing. The examples are, what will be the examples? The examples are sucrose, maltose, lactose. These are the example of disaccharides. Last is polysaccharides, those carbohydrates which produces large number of monosaccharide units on hydrolysis. For example, starch, cellulose, glycogen, gums will be the answer. Coming to the next question, what are the various reactions related to the structure of glucose? So the various reactions are, the first reaction we have is that whenever a glucose molecule is heated with hydrogen iodide, it produces N-hexane. The second reaction is when glucose molecule is heated with hydroxyl amine, it produces an oxime. You can see CHO is being converted into CH double bond N single bond OH. If we undergo the reaction of glucose with HCN, it produces cyanohydrine. You can see all the changes which are taking place in glucose is in the first carbon. Next is oxidation. If we oxidize glucose molecule with a mild oxidizing agent such as bromine water, it oxidizes to produce gluconic acid. The next reaction is if we undergo acetylation of glucose. So glucose upon acid reaction with acetic anhydride produces glucose pentaacetate. And the last reaction is whenever the glucose undergo oxidation in presence of a strong oxidizing agent, it produces saccharic acid. So these are important reactions. We often get three reactions in the board examination. Next is, give two facts that explain the absence of straight chain structure in glucose. Often, while studying the book of NCERT, we come across these points that earlier straight chain structure of glucose was proposed, but few reactions were not explained properly with the help of the straight chain structure. What were those? The first one is, despite having the aldehyde group, glucose does not give Skipp's test. Moreover, it does not form addition product with hydrogen bisulfite. Next point is, the pentaacetate of glucose does not react with hydroxylamine in spite or irrespective of the CHO group present there. And the third point is, glucose is found in two forms. One is alpha glucose, whereas the other one is beta glucose. So these point helps us to understand that glucose does not exist in straight chain structure. Coming to the next question, draw the pyranose structure of the glucose. While this is a pyran molecule and we have drawn same structure placing all the bonds present hydrogen hydrogen OH, you can see that in alpha D glucopyranose and beta D glucopyranose there is just one single change, that is hydrogen is placed on the first carbon top side and you can see here hydrogen is placed at the bottom. This is the little difference which is present in alpha D glucose and beta D glucose, and both these structures share resemblance with a molecule pyran, so it is known as glucopyranose structure. Next question is, what are the various monosaccharides unit produced upon the hydrolysis of following disaccharides? So in NCERT syllabus we have got three disaccharides compound. The first one is sucrose. When we break down or when we hydrolyze sucrose, what do we get as product? The first one is glucose and second one is fructose, both in equal quantity. Upon the hydrolysis of maltose, we get 2 units of alpha D glucose. And lactose, they have asked earlier also, what are the units? Try to find out. You can refer your NCERT book for this. Like for lactose, what do we get is beta D galactose and beta D glucose. Coming to the next question, give examples of various types of polysaccharides. What are various type of polysaccharides we have seen earlier? The first one is starch, second one is cellulose. These are the various examples which are given. Next is differentiate between amylose and amylopectin. Now we just discussed about starch. Starch contains of amylose as well as amylopectin. It has been asked many years. So first we have drawn a difference. Amylose is water soluble component of the starch, whereas amylopectin is water insoluble component of the starch. Amylose is present 15 to 20% in starch, whereas amylopectin constitutes about 80 to 85% of the starch. The last difference, amylose is a long unbranched chain which contains 200 to 1000 units of glucose, whereas amylopectin is a branched chain polymer. You can see amylose is unbranched, whereas amylopectin is branched chain polymer. Coming to the last question, differentiate between cellulose and glycogen. So, what is cellulose? It is a form of food, or we can say present in the plants, whereas glycogen, it is present in animals. Glycogen is also known as animal starch. The second difference is cellulose is a straight chain polysaccharide of beta glucose, and glycogen, where it is stored in liver, muscles and brain of the